I'm going to record a set of videos about mods, and the first one I'm going to cover is the installation. My name is Fran Sanchez, and yes, I have a Spanish accent, obviously. The first thing you need to understand about mods is that there are two mods. Neil Gerstenfeld's mods in CBA, and then there is the community edition of mods. I'm going to talk here about the community edition of mods. Neil once gave me access to his mods in CBA. You have to admit, Neil, this was a bad idea. The first push I made, I broke his mods. In a wise move, he revoked my access. We keep both versions on par, so whenever Neil makes a commit, which usually is when he's on a plane, then we incorporate that into the community edition. So what's the difference between Neil mods and the community edition of mods? The look is slightly different, actually better. In addition to that, we have incorporated new modules, we have modified some of the modules, and we have fixed some of the bugs that Neil has there. I want to make it clear, the community edition of mods are not my mods. I mean, there is a lot of people. I'm just making this video. Here I'm going to cover how to install mods in a Linux computer. We have a maintainer for Windows, which is Adrian Torres from FabLab Lyon. You know Adrian? I mean, who doesn't?
For time, we're not going to clap for every person, but I think for the brave first person to present, we should just clap. That was a good job.
Thank you so much.
So he's gonna take care of the Windows version. Most of the instructions I will give here, they are valid also for Mac OS. But if you are a Mac OS enthusiast, victim, please join the community edition of developers and help us make the script straightforward. So for all the things I'm going to explain here, the only thing you need is a Linux computer. You just go to the mods community project, which is linked in the description here below. Then you copy the address, paste it in the terminal, git clone, paste the address, and wait for the project to be cloned. Once the project is cloned, the only thing you need to do is run a script, the installation script. You just run bash space install dash mods. Yeah, it's that easy. By the way, all of this, I'm just reading the README file. You know, all this is written there. Here comes the plane. What might go wrong? There could be some errors. If that happens, place an issue. I will say how at the end of the video. Please do not send me a WhatsApp. Do not send me a Telegram message. I want you to read through and see if there are errors. If there are errors, remember, issue. If there are warnings during the installation, that's totally fine. Why do we need to install mods? Actually, if you are just going to create a toolpath or save a file, you don't actually need to install locally mods. You can run mods from the address which I will provide you down. But if you want to actually move the machine or you are offline, then you need to install mods. Mods has two parts. One is the web server, which serves the JavaScript and HTML part. And then there is the local servers that you need to use to actually make the machine smooth. If everything went well, you can test if mods are working fine. So you just run bash space mods, and it will open all the servers in the terminal and open a browser with mods in there. Whenever there is an update and you are connected to the internet, you will see on the top left corner, you will see on the top left corner, mods outdated, please pull. So you just do this, pull. It's recommended that you run again the install mods. Maybe we have changed some of the npm modules. If there is an error, something like this, you have to place an issue. You go to that address and you open an issue. Do not put like mods is not working and send. Describe your system, describe what are the steps you did, copy and paste all the logs that you received on the installation. Maybe it's the problem is in the installation. Did you run this again? Maybe there's something outdated in your system. Did you upgrade your system? And then place all this information in the issue. Be as descriptive as you can. Tomorrow we are going to run this vinyl cutter in Linux. For those who are in Windows, spoiler, it doesn't work.